What do we do as human beings? What are we really here for? We're here to practice relationships, and that's all we ever do. I was practicing relationship with my supper, and since dessert hasn't been served yet, I told Nadine not to practice relationship with my dessert. There are 4 basic relationships in sustainability that we have to take into account. The first one is intrapersonal. That's how we treat ourselves. That's personal growth. That's how we change. The second is interpersonal. That's how we deal with one another. The third is between people and the land. How we treat the land. It's a reciprocal relationship. If we treat the land well, it will produce well. If you abuse the land, it does not produce well. Every community is nestled in the arms of the land. If you live in a forest and you cut the forest down, you have to redefine who you are as a community because you're no longer a quote-unquote timber town. You've used up the real wealth. The wealth is not money. Money has no value, except what we give it. If you had a trunk with $10 million in it and you were on an island in the middle of the ocean with no food, no water, you can't eat the money. It has no value. But a forest has value. And one of its main values is water. Water is indispensable to life. So it's a reciprocal relationship, and how we treat the land becomes a self-reinforcing feedback loop, which is either positive or negative. Then the other relationship is between the adults of the day and all the generations to come. Because the consequences of our decisions and actions become the circumstances that children have to live with. And so, to me, responsibility is a double-edged sword. I am responsible for the decisions I make and the consequences I pass forward. But the children have to be able to respond to what I leave them. That's the other part of responsibility. All relationships are never-ending stories. When you start something, it starts a chain of cause and effect that goes on forever. And we don't think about that very often. We don't think about what we set off in the world in cause and effect, and that will go on and on and on. We don't have a choice in choosing, but we have a choice in how we choose. That's the key. We always have a choice. We are never locked into anything except dying and killing. We have to kill to live. You can be a vegetarian, but you're still killing. If you don't want to kill, don't eat, and then you kill yourself through starvation. We have to kill. The point is, it's the consciousness and the dignity and the humility with which we do it, because we have to account for the suffering we cause in our living. So whatever we do has consequences. Those are the never-ending stories. That being the case, all I have to give you ever, all I have to give my kitty, all I have to give my wife, and all I have to give my children are my love, my trust, my respect, and the benefit of my experience. I have nothing else of value, but neither do you. All we have to give the children and those of the world are choices and some things of value for which to choose. Every choice we pass forward has embodied in it our love, our trust, our respect, and the benefit of our experience. Every choice we foreclose, we withhold those 4 things from all the children for all time. We are also an inseparable part of the earth. As such, the adults of the world are the trustees of the earth, which is a biological living trust. Now, a living trust is a legal entity in which I, in the present, create a trust that I can oversee for children, for my children. But if I don't want to administer the trust, I hire a professional trustee, but I'm still responsible for the quality of that trust. I don't care for the term stewardship because it has no trustees. A legal trust has trustees. In my charge as a trustee, it has beneficiaries, I'm sorry. My charge as a trustee is to make sure that the principal is protected and enhanced for the beneficiaries. Those are the children of today, tomorrow, and beyond. So I think the world in the forest is a living trust. The sustainable